Ladies and gentlemen, so today I wanted to do a video giving my thoughts on Infinity Dungeons in Marvel Contest of Champions because I believe the foundation of Infinity Dungeons is so good. They are really enjoyable to play in the right scenario where you have your top characters and also you have somebody there on like voice chat or right beside you. It's a really enjoyable experience, kind of working together, having a little bit of banter, and just this ever-increasing difficulty and need for coordination. And I really enjoy a lot about Infinity Dungeons, and one of the things I have to give credit to is I really like the user interface. I think it's very easy to set up, feels very smooth, kind of, you know, making a team and forming a party for Infinity Dungeons, so that's something I like. But I do have quite a few improvements that I believe will take Infinity Dungeons for a stage where it's kind of like a little bit of a daily at the moment. There's not a huge amount of competitiveness. There is so much potential in this feature that I want to see just significantly expanded on. And I think the kind of first thing or piece of criticism or feedback that I have, and again this is all just based on my opinion and what I believe would be the best format, is that I believe Infinity Dungeons, the kind of requirement for the milestone should be shifted from a daily system to a weekly system, because I believe just like getting somebody together every single day and sitting down for the average player between, like, you know, 30 to 60 minutes depending on what champions you have available, depending on how well the run goes, maybe even a little bit longer for that if you're an early game. It's just a little bit too overwhelming and can really pile up on top of everything else that you have to do in Marvel Contest of Champions on a daily basis. So I think a weekly system would work much better in terms of how the milestones are, and you know, kind of encourage striving a little bit higher in the dungeon runs that you are getting within that time, and it can be spread out maybe over one mega session, a couple of sessions. But I think a weekly system would work significantly better than a daily one, because I already have seen quite a few you know, posts, got quite a few comments and emails saying that, you know, after a few days of this, they're already kind of getting a little bit burned out of Infinity Dungeons. And again, I believe it's going to be running for a total of 6 weeks. So yeah, I can imagine by the end of it, people are going to be a little bit fed up of the whole daily system for Infinity Dungeons there. And with the transition from a daily to a weekly system, I think one of the things that would be just so awesome to see as well is a ranked reward system to really encourage some people to go hard, because people have been doing some crazy stuff in Infinity Dungeons. And one of the things that I want to bring attention to, if you didn't see it last night, Legacy and Yeet, they had an insane run in dungeon number 6. They got to room 10, and it was just unreal, the level of difficulty there. So it was very impressive stuff to watch. But yeah, I really like that kind of stuff. I like the idea of Infinity Dungeons of pushing higher, and those people with kind of the time and skill being rewarded for that. So I think, as well as the already existing milestones system being transitioned into a weekly one, there should also be top ranked rewards on a weekly basis. And yeah, that is a way to also for Kabam to make a shit ton of money out of it, because people are going to be funneling, you know, tons of cash like they do in Arena to get the top rank rewards if they are super hyped. But again, there is that element of skill that needs to go into the dungeons as well if you want to get to those high multipliers and get high scores. So that's one of the things that I think balances the scales quite well there. And yeah, so those are the two ones from daily to weekly. I really like to see the transition there. Ranked rewards would be amazing for this. I'd also think, I think one of the things that dungeons lack as well is a bit of an element of like potential excitement in terms of the randomness that you queue into, and I think it'd be really cool to see like 2 additional things. I think there should be chances for treasure chests to appear in some of maybe the later dungeon rooms. If you get past like room 3 or room 4 in a certain dungeon, then yeah, there should be like an increasing chance for a chest to spawn on the map. And maybe this chest has a variety of upgrade materials, maybe it has large stacks of gold, tier 1 alpha, tier 4 basic, tier 2 alpha fragments. But as you are going up and up, just the chance for this chest to increase, and maybe it gets a little bit more juicier at certain thresholds and in certain dungeons. But I feel like that would add kind of a bit of an additional element of excitement to exploring some of the later dungeons, and have, you know, that increased feeling of reward and satisfaction for pushing even deeper potentially into the Infinity Dungeons. So I think that would be pretty cool as well. And I'd also like a small chance, like maybe like a 1% chance to get a golden symbiote as the final boss, and maybe as well that gives everybody like a large stack of gold. Maybe both players get like 100,000 gold, but that'd be really, really nice to see. In place of that, I would just like to see the gold rewards for every room kind of increased a little bit. That would be pretty damn nice. You know, I think it's like 1,100 for dungeon number 6 at the moment. So yeah, if that could go up to like 2,500 to 5,000 per room, that'd be fantastic. That'd be a really, really good time. So I'd like to see a little bit, just a little bit more gold in Infinity Dungeons. But yeah, there's a couple of potential suggested changes there. But I think the golden symbiote one makes it potentially a little bit more exciting there. And finally, you know, as I said at the start of the video, I think doing Infinity Dungeons while you have somebody there on voice chat and you can banter, you can have a good time, is like one of the best things. It really brings me back to like the MMORPG days where I'm like grinding out dungeons, grinding out raids, and I think it's super fun to have kind of that just banter with another person over something like Skype. But again, for a lot of people who maybe just have their phone, they don't have a computer, they don't have a second phone, it's hard to get that that dialogue up. So it'd be really, really nice with features like this, especially if co-op gameplay is kind of seen more in the future, to have some sort of in-game voice chat feature. I believe, now I'm not 100% sure if this, a few other mobile games have the technology and tools to do that. A Marvel Contest of Champions, they are making absolute bank at the moment. So yeah, it'd be really, really nice to see an in-game voice chat, because the chat in-game is okay at the moment, but voice chat, man, will just take it to a whole nother level in terms of the Infinity Dungeons. So yeah, that's stuff that I would like to see. So yeah, just to kind of recap all of the changes, the milestone shifted from a daily grind to a weekly grind. I think would be much more beneficial, and definitely prevent help to reduce burnout in terms of you know, this specific mode of content. Ranked rewards for the people who want to go hard in Infinity Dungeons and grind, I think would be a huge game changer, especially if it is shifted to a weekly basis. Chance for treasure chests within later dungeons rooms, chance to get golden symbiote as the final boss that gives you a massive stack of gold, or, you know, just have the room gold rewards buffed in general, and yeah, finally in-game voice chat. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, again, that's just kind of my opinion, my feedback so far on Infinity Dungeons. What do you like about Infinity Dungeons, and what do you think could be improved? What stuff would you like to see? Let me know in the comments section below, because yeah, I think, you know, they've got a good foundation here, but we just really need some ideas, some discussion to kind of move this a bit of gameplay forward, but I feel like, you know, if they're open to listening to the community and taking in some feedback, and hopefully we can throw some good ideas their way, then we can start to see Infinity Dungeons significantly improved for maybe the second time or third time around that we see them. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching. If you did enjoy today's video, feel free to smash that like button, and again, leave any of the comments, suggestions, improvements, thoughts on Infinity Dungeons in the comment section below. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching. Take care and have an absolutely fantastic day.